Imagine waking up one day, everything seems normal. Your house, your family, even your memories. Then something shifts. You start second-guessing everything you say, everything you feel because someone close to you insists you're wrong. Every time, imagine reaching out to grab a glass of water, only to find it wasn't there at all. When you turn around, the glass is now on the counter. You think maybe you were tired, you had a dream. But then it happens again. You try to explain it, but nobody believes you. You start to feel crazy. You weren't sure if the glass was moving by itself, but now you're wondering if you're going insane. This is the unsettling experience of living under the shadow of gaslighting. It's a subtle form of psychological abuse that can leave you questioning your sanity. It's a puzzle, a nightmare you can't wake up from. You know what you saw, but nobody else seems to see the same thing. You start doubting yourself. Perhaps you are crazy. Maybe you're remembering things incorrectly or making them up, but deep down, you know what you saw. Welcome to the world of gaslighting, the silent psychological weapon used to manipulate your mind and destroy your sense of reality. Today from the Manipulate Mind, we're diving deep into this manipulative strategy. We'll expose how it works, why it's so dangerously effective, and most importantly, how to recognize it before it's too late. Stay with us because by the end of this video, you'll never fall for it again. It starts small. You misplace your phone and they say, "You always do that. You're so forgetful." You raise a concern and they say, "You're overreacting. That never happened." You remember it vividly, but they say it never happened. At first, it feels like a misunderstanding. But over time, the pattern emerges. Gaslighting isn't random. It's calculated psychological warfare. The term comes from a 1944 film Gaslight, where a husband slowly convinces his wife she is losing her mind by dimming the lights and denying it as happening. This tactic has evolved, and it's being used today in relationships, workplaces, even politics. Because here's the twisted truth: if you can make someone doubt their own reality, you can control them. Gaslighting works by eroding your trust in yourself. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance, a state where your brain holds to conflicting beliefs and struggles to make sense of them. On one side, your instincts say, "That was wrong." On the other side, the gaslighter insists, "You're imagining things." This mental tug-of-war exhausts your cognitive defenses. Your brain starts taking shortcuts. Maybe they're right. Maybe I am too sensitive. That's when fear kicks in, the fear of being wrong, of being alone, of losing someone's approval. So you comply, you apologize, you doubt. And the gaslighter, they don't need chains. They've turned your own mind into a prison. Here are 7 dark psychological levers used by expert manipulators. Repetition. They repeat lies until your brain gives into them. Isolation. They cut off support systems so they can rewrite your reality. Projection. They accuse you of what they're doing. Minimization. They downplay your emotions to make you feel irrational. Confusion. They constantly change the story to disorient you. Guilt tripping. They weaponize your empathy against you. Love bombing and withdrawal. They alternate affection and silence to keep you emotionally off balance. Every tactic is designed to make you feel like you're the problem. Now, let's look at how gaslighting tricks your brain. Neuroscientists have discovered that gaslighting activates a part of your brain called the insula. This area is responsible for processing fear and uncertainty. As you're repeatedly exposed to conflicting information, your insula becomes more active, leading to increased anxiety and stress levels. What's worse, gaslighting also affects areas of the brain associated with memory and self-awareness, such as the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. Over time, these effects can lead to a diminished sense of self and difficulty remembering events accurately, making it challenging for victims to realize they're being manipulated. This manipulation is incredibly insidious because it often happens gradually, making it difficult to recognize at first. You might brush it off as misunderstandings or give the benefit of the doubt to someone you care about. But as time passes and the inconsistencies continue, it can take a toll on your mental well-being. Now, here's the big question. How do you know if you're experiencing gaslighting? Well, here are some telltale signs. The first sign is conflicting accounts. You know what you experienced, but the gaslighter denies it or offers a completely different narrative. For example, you might swear that a conversation took place, but the other person claims it never happened. You might have memories of specific events, but the gaslighter twists them or minimizes their importance. The second sign is isolation. Gaslighting often happens in isolation. The abuser might try to distance you from friends and family who could support you, leaving you in a vulnerable position where you're dependent on the gaslighter for emotional support. This creates an environment where your reality is solely dependent on the gaslighter's version of events. The third sign is a sense of confusion. Gaslighting intentionally muddies the waters. The constant back and forth between conflicting accounts and shifting realities can leave you feeling confused and disoriented. It's as if you're walking on eggshells, always trying to avoid saying or doing the wrong thing. This confusion isn't just about the situation, it's about your entire sense of self. You might find yourself questioning your own judgment and doubting your memories. So what can you do if you're trapped in this web of manipulation? The first step is to educate yourself. Understanding what gaslighting is and how it works is crucial. Recognize the signs not only in yourself, but also in those around you. Knowledge is the first tool in breaking free. Next, seek support from others. Reach out to friends, family, or a therapist who can offer an outside perspective. Having a support system can help you regain your sense of reality and build resilience against manipulation. Remember, you're not alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. Finally, set boundaries. It's essential to establish clear boundaries with gaslighting abusers. This might mean limiting your contact with them or being firm about what behavior you will and will not tolerate. While it may be challenging, setting boundaries is a vital step toward regaining control of your life. But why does gaslighting leave us so confused? You see, gaslighting isn't just about lying. It's about creating a web of lies so intricate that it becomes impossible to separate truth from falsehood. The abuser takes great care to ensure that their manipulations are just believable enough to keep you questioning yourself, but not so obvious that you can easily spot the deception. It's a psychological tightrope walk. The manipulator must maintain the illusion long enough to gain control, but not so consistently that you become suspicious. This deliberate ambiguity is what makes gaslighting so confusing and psychologically damaging. You're left in a perpetual state of uncertainty, doubting your own thoughts and feelings. It's like trying to catch smoke. The more you try to grasp it, the more it slips through your fingers. Gaslighting is more than manipulation. It's mental sabotage, but now you know the signs. You know the science, and you have the tools to fight back. If you found this video on the Manipulate Mind helpful, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You might be the reason they finally break free. And in our next video, we lines uncover the narcissist's favorite weapon, how they trap you with fake empathy. You won't want to miss that. Until then, trust your instincts. Defend your mind. Thanks for watching.